The Ark of the Covenant upon being brought from Israel to Aksum, Ethiopia. While in Jerusalem, Menelik was instructed in the law of Moses by Zadok, the high priest, who finally blessed him. King Solomon gave Menelik the name of David, Dawit, and cultivated his mind by imparting to him wisdom and knowledge. Menelik thus stayed in Jerusalem for 3 years, after which he decided to return to Ethiopia and told his father of his decision, and at the same time asked him, as his mother had requested him to do, for a covering of the Holy Arkansas. Solomon agreed to the request, but was reluctant to see Menelik go. As he was his firstborn son, Solomon tried to persuade him to remain and rule after him over Israel, but Menelik refused the offer. The king insisted because, though he had many wives, he was blessed only with one son, Rehoboam, who was 7 years old. When Solomon saw that Menelik was set upon leaving, he summoned the high officials of his realm, and when they had gathered he commanded them to send their firstborn sons to Ethiopia as he was sending his. He also told them to pick 1,000 people from each of the 12 tribes who were to go with Menelik. These selected people thought of leaving Israel, and particularly at their being parted from the Ark of the Covenant. Among the people chosen to leave for Ethiopia was Azariah, the son of Zakok, the high priest of Israel. Azariah was told by the archangel Michael in a dream that he should take the holy ark to Ethiopia. Azariah confided this to his father Zadok, and Zadok gave him a lot of money for the purchase of a golden box to hold the Arkansas. He took the money and went to a carpenter whom he commissioned to make him a box, telling him that he needed it as a container for the Ark of the Covenant. The box he ordered to be built was of the same dimensions as the Arkansas. When it was ready, he secretly took the box to the temple wherein was the holy Arkansas. When he stopped at the door, it was opened to him by an angel. Azariah then took the true ark and in its place put the box, covering it as before with the 3 layers of cloth. Menelik and the sons of Israel's princes and high priests, along with more than 12,000 people, then set forth for Ethiopia. On the way they told Menelik how they had brought the true ark with them. Menelik was filled with joy, and he understood that they could not have succeeded in so bold a venture unless God had willed it, and they hastened on to Ethiopia. In the meantime, in Jerusalem, King Solomon, feeling uneasy, finally confided to Zadok the dream he had had long before while asleep with the Queen of Saba. When the king ended his tale, Zadok knew that the Ark of the Covenant which was given to Moses by God had been taken, and imparted this shocking truth to Solomon. After much lamenting, Solomon and his men rode on to Egypt in pursuit of Menelik, but they arrived too late to find him, for Menelik and his men had left some days before. Solomon, sad and filled with foreboding, returned home. On the way, however, the Holy Spirit consoled him by saying that it was none other than his own son who had taken the ark, and that there was no cause for lamenting. The king took heart and warned those with him, upon death, to keep the loss of the ark a secret. Menelik duly arrived in Ethiopia and was received by his mother and by the high officials of the kingdom. The Queen of Saba, who was overjoyed at her son's safe return bringing the Ark of the Covenant, then voluntarily abdicated in favor of Menelik and proclaimed him king. He ruled for 25 years, the first of the line of monarchs descended from the Queen of Saba and King Solomon, who were to rule Ethiopia till recent times in an almost unbroken dynasty for about 3,000 years. A total of 237 descendants of the Queen of Saba and King Solomon, beginning with Menelik, are believed to have ruled Ethiopia, and the last emperor, Haile Selassie, was the 237th emperor of Ethiopia.